could be up in jeopardy over this WNBA strike that is possibly in the making. Guys, for this one here, we got to go all the way up to Indy.
Kelsey Mitchell just dropped 40 points in China. But guess what? Her future with the Fever might be on thin ice. Why? There's a WNBA strike brewing, and it could change everything. Want to know how this could mess up not just Kelsey's plans, but the whole league's future? Let's talk about Kelsey for a sec. She's been on fire overseas, scoring like crazy and showing everyone why she's one of the best.
Do know she's currently playing overseas in China as well during this offseason. And as of right now, like I told everybody, she's still an Indiana Fever. We won't find out any information about her contract until about January.
But here's the thing. While Kelsey's lighting it up in China, there's some crazy stuff happening in the WNBA that could mess up her whole career. You know what's crazier? The WNBA is about to hit a huge turning point. We're talking about a potential strike that could flip everything upside down. Imagine this. Kelsey comes back home, ready to ball out for the Fever, but suddenly the whole league is in chaos. You won't believe what's about to go down in the WNBA and how it could change everything for Kelsey and the Indiana Fever. Seriously, this is huge. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video.
Caitlin Clark is rocking out with certain ones, and it's clear as day that she ain't messing with other people. I ain't gonna say no names. Now, we all know the biggest topic of discussion during this offseason is Kelsey Mitchell.
So, the WNBA just signed a massive $200 million deal. Sounds great, right? Wrong. The players won't see a dime of that money for another year. How is that even possible? This bombshell has lit a fire under the league, and now everyone's asking, are we about to witness the biggest shakeup in WNBA history? November 1st. That's the day that could turn the WNBA upside down. Why? Because that's when the players and the league have the chance to opt out of their current collective bargaining agreement. And let me tell you, things are heating up. These players are tired of getting paid peanuts while the league's making bank. They want better salaries, charter flights, and the respect they deserve. And can you blame them? The WNBA just inked this insane $200 million deal with Disney, Amazon, and NBC. But guess what? The players won't see any of that cash for another year. That's ridiculous. Breanna Stewart is stepping up as the players' spokesperson, and she's not messing around. She's making it clear that the players are united and ready to fight for what they deserve. It's not just about the money, though. It's about changing the game for good. Now, here's where it gets tricky. If players sign short-term deals under the current agreement, they might miss out on the big gains from a new agreement if they opt out. It's like a high-stakes game of chicken.
But with news dropping about this WNBA bargaining chip, could this affect Kelsey Mitchell contract signing, how long she signed, when she signed? And I'm telling you right now, I believe this is going to affect her in a major way.
And no one wants to blink first. This isn't just some small-time dispute. We're talking about a pivotal moment for the entire league. The players are determined to secure better contracts and working conditions, and it could reshape the future of the WNBA. Imagine coming back from playing overseas, ready to ball out for your team, and suddenly the whole league is in chaos. That's what these players are facing. And it's not just the big names who are affected. This strike could impact every single player in the league, from the superstars to the rookie. Everyone's future is on the line. You know what's wild? This player-centric movement is gaining momentum fast. Stars like Kelsey Mitchell are having to think long and hard about their futures. Do they stick with their current teams and hope for the best? Or do they hold out for better conditions and risk it all? The WNBA has come so far, but this strike could be the thing that finally pushes it to the next level. We're talking about a league where players have had to go overseas just to make a decent living. Now, they're saying enough is enough. Now picture this. You're Kelsey Mitchell. You're killing it on the court, but off it, total chaos. The league's in turmoil, your contract's up in the air, and your decision could make or break your career. What do you do when staying put might cost you big time? Kelsey's been lighting it up overseas, dropping 40 points in China like it's nothing. But while she's been balling out, things back home in the WNBA are getting crazy. The Indiana Fever star is facing some tough choices, And it's not just about her game anymore. Here's the deal. Kelsey's contract situation with the Fever is up in the air. Why? Because of this potential WNBA strike that's got everyone talking. It's not just about playing basketball anymore. It's about making a decision that could change her whole career. Think about it. Kelsey's got to choose between staying loyal to her team or pushing for better conditions. It's like being stuck between a rock and a hard place. Does she sign a short-term deal and hope things get better? Or does she hold out for something bigger? And it's not just Kelsey. Players all over the league are facing the same tough choices. They're all wondering, do we push for change now? Or do we play it safe? But here's where it gets really interesting. Kelsey's got this growing relationship with rookie sensation Caitlin Clark. They're becoming close, and that could seriously impact their decisions. Imagine having a friend who's going through the same thing. You'd talk about it, right? You'd try to figure out what's best together. That's exactly what Kelsey and Caitlin might be doing. They could influence each other's choices big time. Maybe they decide to stick together, or maybe they push each other to take risks. Either way, their friendship could be a game changer in all this. And let's not forget, Kelsey's still playing in China while all this is going down. Talk about pressure. She's trying to focus on her game, but she's got this huge decision hanging over her head. It's like trying to shoot free throws with someone yelling in your ear. The crazy part is, whatever Kelsey decides could set the tone for the whole league. If she pushes for better conditions, other players might follow. If she plays it safe, others might do the same. That's a lot of weight on one player's shoulders. And it's not just about the money. It's about respect. About being treated like the professionals they are. Kelsey and the other players are fighting for things like better travel conditions, fairer pay, and more support. They're not just athletes, they're businesswomen making career decisions. So what's Kelsey going to do? She's got options, but none of them are easy. She could sign a short deal with the Fever and wait to see how this whole strike thing plays out. But what if she misses out on a better deal later? Or she could hold out, push for change, and maybe set herself up for a bigger payday down the road. But that's risky too. It's like a high-stakes game of basketball, but instead of points, they're playing for their futures. Every move counts, and one wrong step could cost them big time. Think Kelsey's the only one feeling the heat? Think again. This potential strike isn't just about one player or one team. It's a ticking time bomb that could reshape the entire WNBA landscape. How far will the shockwaves reach? We're talking about a seismic shift that could change the game for every single player in the league. Let's zoom out for a second and look at the bigger picture. This strike isn't just about Kelsey Mitchell or the Indiana Fever. It's about the future of women's basketball as we know it. We're talking about a potential revolution in the WNBA that could affect everyone from the superstars to the rookies. Remember Breanna Stewart? She's not just sitting on the sidelines watching this all unfold. She's right in the thick of it, leading the charge for change. As the player's spokesperson, she's making it crystal clear that the athletes are united and ready to fight for what they deserve. And let me tell you, they're not asking for small change here. These players are pushing for way more than just bigger paychecks. They want better travel conditions, improved healthcare, and the kind of respect that matches their skill on the court. It's about being treated like the professionals they are, day in and day out. Now here's where it gets really interesting. This strike could be the catalyst that finally pushes the WNBA to the next level. Imagine a league where players don't have to go overseas just to make a decent living. A league where they're treated like the stars they are, with all the perks and recognition that come with it. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows. This potential strike comes with some serious risks. If the players in the league can't come to an agreement, we could be looking at a long, drawn-out battle. And that could mean games getting canceled, fans getting frustrated, and the league's growth taking a big hit. On the flip side, if the players get what they're fighting for, it could spark a whole new era for women's basketball. We're talking about a league that could attract even more top talent, bring in bigger sponsors, and finally get the mainstream attention it deserves. This could be the moment that changes everything. And it's not just about the players. Think about the fans, the team owners, the sponsors. Everyone's got skin in this game. If the strike goes through, it could shake up the entire sports. We might see other women's leagues taking notes and following suit. The crazy part is, all of this is happening right when the WNBA is on the verge of something big. They just signed that massive $200 million deal, remember? But instead of celebrating, the players are gearing up for a fight. They're saying, hey, we're the ones putting in the work on the court. We deserve our fair share of that pie. So, what does all this mean for players like Kelsey Mitchell? Well, it's like they're standing on a tightrope. On one side, there's the chance to make history and secure a better future for themselves and the next generation of players. On the other, there's the risk of losing everything they've worked for if things go south. And let's not forget about the rookies like Caitlin Clark. They're stepping into a league that's on the brink of massive change. Talk about baptism by fire. These young players might have to make some tough decisions right out of the gate. All right, let's talk about what's coming next. This potential WNBA strike. It's not just about bigger paychecks. These players want better travel, healthcare, and respect. It's a game changer for everyone in the league, from the stars to the rookies. But here's the thing, it's risky. If talks break down, we could see games canceled and fans getting mad. On the flip side, if the players win, it could spark a whole new era for women's basketball. More talent, bigger sponsors, and way more attention. So what do you think? Should players like Kelsey Mitchell risk it all for better conditions? Is it worth potentially losing everything they've worked for? One thing's for sure. The next few weeks are going to be wild. This could change women's basketball forever. And trust me, you don't want to miss a second of it.